What is going on, everybody? Archangel here with a new episode of What Went Wrong. On today's episode, we talk about what went wrong with Batman Arkham Knight. You know, we all knew what would happen when a game reaches its third title. The third game is always the bad game. It's always a game that gets people blood going. Same goes for movies. The third movie is always the bad movie, and it's always gets people going. Rocksteady fell victim to that again with Batman. Now, there is that saying that you either die a hero, you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. For so long, Rocksteady was praised for the Arkham series. People called them one of the best developers out there. The Arkham series is considered one of the best action game series out there. It's considered the best comic book video game series out there. All these praises, it became a hero in some kind of aspect. But then Arkham Knight came out and Rocksteady became the villain. Out the gate, the game was getting destroyed. A horrible PC port that basically made the PC version unplayable, leading to them taking the game off Steam and other online stores. It got some high reviews from reviewers like IGN and Game Informer, but also got some meh reviews from YouTubers and GameSpot, and some YouTubers destroyed it for what happened with the PC port, and some just saw it as just an average game. So what went wrong with this game? Besides the PC port, what made it a game that kind of just turned people off from it? Well, in my opinion, what made the Arkham series so good was its combat and its story. In Arkham Knight, the story takes a back seat to challenges. There are so many challenges in this game, you have to weave your way through on the mini map to find story missions and side quests because there's so many challenges for you to do. And you do have to do those challenges if you want to get the second ending of the game. You can't just, play the story missions and the side quests and get both endings of the game. You have to do challenges in order to get that. But it goes beyond just those challenges. The Batmobile itself, which was supposed to be a good addition to the game, has a horrible drive mechanics. The controls for Batmobile are horrible, and the game forces it on you. There are a lot of challenges where you have to use Batmobile. There's a lot of puzzles you have to use Batmobile. You have to use it in story missions, and it isn't optional. You have to use it. You just have to use it, and that's the bad thing about it, because they're forcing you to use something. You shouldn't do that. Video games are about freedom. You should have the option of using the Batmobile or not. It's understandable if you have like one mission or two where something that's the focus. But having almost all the missions be you got to be in Batmobile. You got to do this with this or that about Batmobile. It gets kind of annoying. It's just in general, it's just never good to force anything on gamers. We don't want to feel restricted by anything when it comes to games we play. We like open world, we like freedom when we play our games. One of the things that made the Arkham series so loved is its combat, which in this game, also like the story, takes a back seat. You aren't getting into those huge fights as you used to. A lot of your combat will be pulled down to sitting in the Batmobile shooting tanks or forced stealth missions. Now, there isn't enough of those high-tension stalk moments where you're on top of a roof or a tower and you're just waiting for him to walk by and you do your little stealth takedowns and things like that, and how that goes. The enemies can't find you. Little stalk, pounce kind of moments. There's some in the game, but there's not a lot, and that kind of just takes away from the enjoyment of playing as Batman. But outside of all of that, what really hurts this game for me was the voice acting. The voice acting in this game is just not up to par with what we're used to from this franchise. Whoever made the decision to replace Kimberly Brooks with Ashley Greene should never be allowed to make any kind of decision again. Brooks was great in the previous games as Batgirl. Ashley Greene's voice sounded really annoying. I was happy when Oracle got kidnapped because for a brief moment of time, I didn't have to listen to her voice at all. But think of her as Dinklebot for Batman. You know how people hated Peter Dinklage as the Ghost in Destiny? It's the same thing with Ashley Greene in Batman. She just doesn't sound like she's meant to be in this role. She doesn't sound like she's selling her role correctly. The Batman was scripted terribly as well, not acting wise, just script wise and how his mannerisms were. Batman was scripted horribly. Kevin Conroy is great, but the way Batman acted and the lines he had in his game was very, very bland. It left me kind of uninterested in the character itself. On the plus side, Mark Hamill was amazing. Joker stole the show in this game. He was the highlight of it all, whether it's just acting, voice acting, the lines, how Joker was, performing. It was just an all-around great experience when it came to Joker. He was the highlight of the game. And finally, the last thing, in my opinion, I'd say was a problem with this game is the DLC. It's great to play as a character that, we all love when it comes to like Harley Quinn and Nightwing and Catwoman. But you only play each of them for like 10 minutes apiece, and they're not even good. Like it's one thing if they're good, but they're all short and not very good at all. There's a horrible Harley Quinn DLC, meh Red Hood DLC. There's a okay Batgirl DLC. Then there's a terrible Catwoman DLC. Then you got Nightwing, and lastly the Robin DLC. all are just kind of forgettable. Each is 10 minutes or less, give or take, depending on your skill level. The combat, the combined cost for all these story pack DLCs are about $17, which in comparison to another game's DLC, Undead Nightmare for Red Dead Redemption, that was $10. You see what the problem is there? If you play either one of those, you see the problem is Undead Nightmare is about 6 hours of story content. It was $7 cheaper than all these combined, which are under an hour, maybe even less than that. And that's kind of the problem when it comes to the DLCs. If you're overpricing these very short DLCs, we kind of just want more of. Now this wouldn't be so bad had the DLCs been worth playing. The only one that was enjoyable was the Backroad DLC. The other ones left me just going, okay, was that it? Is there something else supposed to be doing? Okay, this is the end. I just wanted more from the DLCs. With all that said though, those are just the negatives of the game, what left a bad taste in my mouth as well as other people's mouths. Now that's what went wrong with the game. At the end of the day though, it's not a horrible game. It's a playable game, it's all very enjoyable. It's just not amazing like the Arkham City game. It's not amazing like Arkham Asylum was. And that brings me back to what I stated at the beginning of this video. The third game or the third movie is always less impressive. Maybe it's because of the flaws of those games and movies, or it's because they're overshadowed by the amazingness of the first two movies, the first two games, and what made that series special. So maybe why I dislike this game is the fact that Arkham Asylum and Arkham City was just so good that they overshadow Arkham Knight, and it just makes the game feel like it's worse than it actually is. So that's also entirely possible. And again, it's not even a bad game. It's just there's so many things in this game that turns you off wanting to play it. But that's it for this episode of What Went Wrong. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Leave any thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching. Please do have a good weekend. Thank you all for watching again. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.